morning to you watching us. It's Assembly Morning Show, and what a way to start a beautiful Thursday morning. I mean, when it gets to Thursday, I'm hopeful that the weekend is coming very soon. Friday is called Thursday. Okay, this morning, we are bringing you an exciting conversation about Kids Hub. That's the brand new face of our very beloved Yesu Krum program. And we'll be speaking with the team behind the inspiring rebrand and explore its shaping, how it's going to shape the next generation, and then through Bible lessons and activities, and then the community as a whole. And we have in the studio, we are so blessed indeed to have the director of the children's ministry of the Church of Pentecost in person of Pastor Samuel Afonyo, and our Yesu Krum host, Deaconess Victoria Kumse, who is at Mount Zion Assembly, Medina area. You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Auntie Sandra.
How does Thursday make you feel?
The week is about ending. Maybe by tomorrow, the week will end. So definitely, for us as pastors, most of our activities are over the weekends.
Okay.
Unlike maybe some of you that when Friday is coming, you are so happy.
We are going to rest.
Yeah, you are going to rest, but our work continues.
Yes, of course. By Vic.
Well, Friday is thank God it's Friday. It's always a good day for us because you know that come Saturday, our kiddies are all going to run behind the screen to watch either Yesu Krum or our upcoming show, Kids Hub.
Okay.
It's good.
So Victoria, you're a Sunday school teacher, right?
Yeah.
How many years have you been working or serving as a Sunday school teacher?
Okay. So, first and foremost, I want to acknowledge the area head of Medina in the person of Apostle M.S. Apia Martin Apia. And then my district pastor, Pastor Joseph Asamoah Boakye, and wife, Mama Abishak. I want to say God really bless you so much for impacting us and the good work you are doing in the Medina district. Yes, I appreciate it so much. And then the entire Mount Zion Assembly. Yes, Mount Zion and my kiddies out there. Hi, children.
Hi, children of the Lord.
Yes, so Victoria Kumse has been doing children's program for over 20 years now.
Oh, okay.
Yes, over 20 years now. It dates back to when I was done with my senior high school. That was in 2000. I came back and I was like, no, I'm in the classroom teaching. I need to do something in the house of God. So per that thoughts and prayerfully considering it, I decided to join the children's ministry and in shaping lives by the mercies of God. And it's been good. And the impact has been great so far.
The impact has been very great. What about you, Pastor?
My story in the children ministry, I was born into the church.
Yeah.
And as soon as I was transferred from the children ministry, I became a Sunday school teacher at the age of 17.
Wow, that young.
Yeah, that young. And so since then, we have actually been on the move with children, both within and outside the church. And being a professional teacher too, I've actually related with children, even teens and those people along the line. Before finally last year, God called us into this particular
full time.
Sure.
That's what it's called, full time.
Full time children's work. Yeah.
Okay, Vic. What are some of the challenging aspects you faced in being a Sunday school teacher?
Well, they come in diverse forms. For me, I've come to realize that at a point in time, mothers, fathers become your friend. And they tend to engage you when it comes to their children.
Okay.
Some of them will open up to you and tell you, my kid or my son is going through this situation. And from where you sit as a Sunday school teacher, from the work you are doing in this local assembly or even across, I would like you to come in and speak to our children, pray with them, and probably they believe that through you, their kids or their children will have an impact. And it works. Even though it's quite challenging, it's not that easy. Yeah, shaping our children in this generation is not easy. But I keep saying, by the mercies of God we are sailing through. And we are seeing impact. Children who have gone through my hands, I believe, if they are watching, will attest to the fact that, yes, Auntie Vic has been a blessing to us in one way or the other. And we pray for grace. We pray for grace to do more. It hasn't been easy. It hasn't been easy as a Sunday school teacher. But then grace abounds.
Grace abounds, of course. Director, what are some of the challenges confronting children today from your angle?
The challenges are diverse. They themselves, in a way, is the first challenge. Family issues is a challenge. The society that our world is growing into is also another thing that poses a huge challenge to us. Hitherto, Christianity was the superstar among all religions.
Okay.
But today, you find so many competing kinds of ideas, and also people that think that they don't even believe in the existence of God and all those things. And this is the generation that we are raising the children in. Social media is also bringing its own thing. Like people wanting to be seen out there, want to do anything at all. Sometimes you look at some of the things that children are put through on social media, and you think that, are these children really coming from families? Families are breaking down. It is disintegrating because of sometimes economic reasons and all. Parents don't have time for them. So this is the social milieu within which children are growing, and the challenges are quite enormous. You come to the church, and sometimes, today it is better. But some time ago, if somebody is called, maybe you being a deaconess or whatsoever, to come and take care of children, they think that, Brenna I think the poses. But these are the future of the church. But I think things are getting better. And we believe that things will definitely get better as we go along. Okay. So the challenges are enormous. But I think that God, in His own mercies, is also helping us to raise the children the way we have to.
So what are some of the strategies you are putting in place to curb some of these challenges?
All right, so that brings us to the vision that we are running with as a children's ministry. Since we took over last year, September, we came up with our vision, which we are now casting across the areas. And this vision is hinged on 3 important pillars.
Okay.
That is to win, that is W-I-N. Then win, W-E-A-N. Okay. And then unleash.
Unleash, okay.
The win aspect of it, which is the first pillar, basically talks about the fact that we want to get into intentional and aggressive child evangelism. That when we go out there as a church to go and win souls, the children should not be a cast out. We should intentionally plan for them and win them for Christ.
Not to cut you in, just recently during the council meeting, this child who won, in fact, I was so impressed.
And that is where we are hoping to get to. And we have a lot of such children. Maybe let's pray that next year during the council meeting, a lot of some of these children will come. I have one boy at Afran Plains. He is just 8 years. Okay. But last year, I think he won about 10 children. And even recently, I was told he has won 2 Fulanis. Just a small boy, 8 years old.
Are you serious?
And there is one other boy at Trade Fair here, just in La area here. Last year, November, during the One Member, One Disciple, he also brought in about 10 people, including adults.
Wow.
And so that is the ultimate goal of this particular vision, that we will win children for Christ. And the second W, which is the win, that is the W, like Yechwa Manufo. We bring them and we intentionally equip and disciple them. And now that the whole church is being unleashed, we unleash all the children together to go and do ministry together with us. So that it wouldn't be like they are a recipient of ministry. They come and sit down on a Sunday morning. They are taught, come back the next Sunday, come and receive more, go without they actively getting involved in ministry. So the unleashing aspect is now giving a new face to the children ministry.
Applying what they have been.
Yes, so that it will be like moving the ministry now from ministry to children to ministry with and by the children themselves.
Oh, see. So children impacting children.
Children impacting children, and even the larger society as a whole. A larger society. So that is basically where we are trying to move the ministry to now.
Vic, do you have any other to add to it?
I think he said it all.
Okay.
And with our programs, these flagship programs that have been running, I see that they are making impacts. they're making impact. Sometimes you go into offices, you meet people, and they are like, oh yes, yes, my kids never miss yes, yes. There's no day or no weekend my kid will say I wouldn't watch yes. So we see that it's yielding results.
Is there a special testimony that has come out so far?
Well, with this particular one, it's coming from a pastor in the Church of Pentecost. He met me once and he was like, my daughter wouldn't want to miss Yesu Krom. Okay. And anytime we are not able to air, she cries. And I think one Saturday
we'll
morning.
come back to you.
Okay.
Let me move to the director. How is the Church of Pentecost, the children's ministry, doing so far?
I think we are in the golden age now. 50 years and over. Like this year, we are about 52 or 53 years. So many things have actually happened over the years, and which has accumulated into what we are having now. Now, you find even on our social media page, the presence that we have there. And in the church, today, people will attest to what God is doing, even with children. Just during the Pentecost week, as part of the vision, we are hoping that every child that is leaving the children ministry to the adult church would have been baptized by the Holy Spirit and will be manifesting some of the giftings of the Holy Spirit as well. So a typical thing is just about the last 2 weeks when we were in the global fasting and prayers, marking the Pentecost week. We made it a point that, yes, the children will be going to school, but the weekends, we want to have 2 weekends with the Holy Spirit. Just before we came to the studio, I was looking at the numbers. Can you believe that just within that 2 weekends that we engaged the children, we have recorded almost 10,000 Holy Ghost baptism among the children? Let me just
you
see. And then we also even had 2 spectacular events. One child who is suffering from epididymitis, I think it's something that is related to the scrotum, sort of.
Okay.
For the past 2 years, during the time of the children praying, he was healed. And another one at Edunfa, an adult, who was having this issue for the past 20 years, hearing impairment. And during the time that he joined the children prayers, this 20-year-old impairment has also been healed. And so I believe that we are in a golden age now. And one wonderful thing that I must make you know is that even if you should take the ministers of the Church of Pentecost today, I can vouch out that about 90% of them have ever tasted the children ministry. And so the church's face is changing. Children that we have raised within the church are now taking over in so many areas. Okay. Our General Secretary, our AMD, our chairman all went through the children ministry system. And so you should understand where we are going. So I believe that today it is quite bright, and I believe that it can be brighter going forward.
Wow, okay. Wait, do you have any other thing to add?
It's brighter and it's brighter.
Okay, so let's move to Kids Hub. Kids Hub. What inspired the decision to, start Kids Hub? Because there was Yesu Krom.
Okay, so Kids Hub is one of the visions that we want to push as part of our win-win and unleash agenda. Under the WIN pillar, that is the second W, we want to use it as an acronym. The W is Winners Capacity Building. Then the E is equipping the children holistically. The A is advancing the ministry. And then the N is about networking and partnerships. So under the advancing the ministry bit of the whole WIN pillar, we are trying to find a way of making things within the ministry better.
Okay.
Institutions must grow. We need to develop beyond where we came to meet it. And as part of that strategy, then comes under it issues about media and publicity. So we have a whole lot of activities under the media and publicity concept, under this WIN mandate. All right, so we have seen that today you look on our various media spaces, both traditional and then the new media. You find out that children are involved in skate making. Most of them that I have seen are issues about insulting. Ghana, when you are able to insult,
so that is when
people
even,
so those are some of the things that our children and most of our parents are on the phone gathering the children around some of those things, and they are watching. But you see, unconsciously, we are developing something in the subconscious of the children. And one day, when these children start insulting, like those people that they saw, now they will not. But tomorrow, those things will come involuntarily.
Not to cut you. Now we see them in politics of insult, something that is not even, that doesn't even demand any insults. Then you see them insulting publicly and all that, which is a shame.
So we are trying to find a way to make the media space a safe haven for the children. And we believe that our own way of doing that is to rebrand the programs that we have. And specifically for our case, there are other programs that maybe later we will talk about. But for now, the Yesu Chrome, we want to rebrand it to make it a one-stop shop kind of program for children.
Okay.
So that, like, for now, what we have in Yesu Chrome is about the Bible lesson, which is perfect, about 30 minutes Bible lesson. But through the benevolence of your bosses, the media director and all, they have given us now a full hour to have an hour program now. So the Yesu Chrome is going to be a whole hour program with so many segments. So unlike the Yesu Chrome that is just about Bible lessons, we are going to have an all-encompassing program, a comprehensive program, which is now dubbed the Kids Hub. So that when a child is sitting by the television on Saturday morning, everything that will actually attract the child and actually speak to the child, and everything all together, the child is going to have that advantage of what.
Let me come to you, Vic. You have been hosting Yesu Chrome for quite some time now. What is the difference between Kids Hub and then Yesu Chrome?
Well, as Director did mention, this time around, it is more open. It is not just the Bible studies segment, but we are looking at having fun-filled activities, kids coming out with creative ideas. We are out and about. We have peer-to-peer interview sessions. It's actually more engaging as compared to the Yesu Chrome. As you already, Yesu Chrome, they are only seeing a face, that is Auntie Vic. But this time around, they are not going to see only Auntie Vic. They are seeing their peers, they are seeing activities from even outside the country and across the globe. So there's a bit of...
So we are going global with Kids Hub.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure, we'll get there.
And even the name.
Yeah, and you see, one important aspect of it also is that now children are going to host the program.
Definitely.
So what brought up this
We are unleashing
initiative?
We are unleashing us to find ministry. Like, you know, our chairman has said that outside the four walls of the church, everybody must find a ministry to do within the community. And we are believing that there is something like one stone that is being used to kill several birds. That apart from us developing that creative aspect of the children, who knows, one day, Auntie Sandra will not be here. One of our hosts will be in this.
Yeah, in this position.
All right, and we find out that the secular world is doing it better, catching children very young, grooming them. Today we have ministry to celebrities, but we believe that we can even raise celebrities even within the church, who we can unleash into the world of celebrities.
Exactly.
One of the boys that is going to be part of the host, Dela, his stage name is Dela the Poet. He competed in one reality show, I think on TV3, and then he came second anyway, the Talented Kids.
Talented Kids,
And now he has the eyeballs already. And so he is one of the boys that we are trying to groom and gradually enhance his talent. As we encourage them to go to school, as we encourage them to worship God so well, we want to raise a spiritually filled child who can also enter into the media space and influence their world in the years to come. And so one dynamic aspect of this case, just as Mama Auntie Vic said, that now it is not about her alone, that is the Bible lesson alone. We are going to have a bit of the Bible lessons. We are going to have a bit of all.
Let's take the opportunity to know the various segments in there.
Okay. So we will have what we call the Vox Pop.
Okay.
The Vox Pop is about the children interviewing their peers about relevant topics before the Bible lesson.
Okay.
So this one, if they are interviewing, it could be that they can actually be interviewing their case concerning the lessons that they learned in the previous week. Or any other lesson that we are taking in the children ministry. Then we also have the Bible lesson. Now, so the Yesu Chrome is now becoming the subset of this whole agenda.
Okay.
So that like Mama Vic will host that aspect, and soon we are going to win Mama Vic off. And children will now take up
over
the space.
Okay.
Who will actually lead the Bible
You're
discussions.
equipping them.
You're equipping them.
Okay.
Yeah. Then again, we also have interview sessions with our past directors and our veteran teachers. You see, when I came to the office, I look at some of the pictures that are lined up there. From Asante Apel, who was the first director through to my time now. You can see that about 2 of them are already gone. They have gone into glory.
Yes.
Pastor Kisi Edu and then Apostle Asante Apel. But the rest of them are
still alive.
But some of them are getting weaker. Apostle Lansong, J.K. Sell, and all those people, Tiako, who is retiring this year. They are getting weaker and weaker. But these are people who have institutional memories. Will we allow them to take them away?
No, we can't.
So we want to use this program. The kids themselves will go to them, interview them, so that at least the next generation will also learn some cues from them. And we have other veteran teachers who have done the work for several years. Some of them are still doing it. We want to find out their motivation. And just as you asked Auntie Vic, for the past 20 years, the experiences that she has gotten, at least it will be an inspiration not only to the kids, but upcoming teachers that we have too. Then we also have the action song aspect of it. So now we know that those that are the older generation are going away, and most of them are the ones that knew the action songs.
But these children, they grow up so fast.
You see, and now we are doing a project. We want to record all the action songs that we have, put them in video form with the right lyrics and all those things, so that anyone who get hold of it will be able to sing it the way maybe the elders were doing it.
Okay.
So we have a segment also for the action song, when maybe we pick one action song and teach it, so that with all the actions, then we have the whole we call the DIY, do it yourself. This is the creative aspect of it. Remember that we have said that we are developing a holistic child. So not a child that is spiritually good, but when it comes to other aspects of his life, that, like the social and other things, they are not there. So there are some bits and pieces of activities that the children, creative things that they can do, which we want them to showcase. We want them to showcase. Then we also have the last segment, which is the out and about, where we highlight recent children. So that's something like a report from various areas and activities that are going on. So don't be worried when you find some of our children doing newscasting, picking up activities that have actually happened across the globe, if I should say, and reporting them within. So you see that it is an all-encompassing kind of program, which will deal with the social aspect, the spiritual aspect, emotional aspect of the child, and every aspect of the child. And just as I said, the children that are also involved are being groomed to also take up responsibilities as they go along. Perfect.
So, looking at all these segments, it's really packed. How do you plan and coordinate all these segments together?
So that is why we have a team together.
Yeah, so who are the team?
The team, I know Auntie Vic is our producer.
I know.
Auntie Sylvia, sorry, is our producer.
Our very own Sylvia Oheneando.
She
hosted Stories of the Day this morning.
Then Auntie Vic, the experienced son, is also around. We have Mr. Niyama, who is also part of the Pent Media team. Then we also have our media personnel, Ni Obli, who is now the Children Ministry Media Officer for the church and all. And a lot of people, Padmon, somebody, he is on he has a social media handle, Gift TV, and he deals with so many things about children. So the team is huge, and they are the ones that are coming together to make sure that we come up with this cutting-edge program.
Okay. So you, Vic, you are a presenter. How has the experience been like on Yesu Krume now moving to Kids Hub?
Well, it's been great and fun. If you have kids around you, sometimes you do forget you are an adult. You're always in the mood with them. Yes, I know kids always want to be at the same level with their peers. So once a teacher and you understand their dynamics and you come to their level, they're able to embrace you more freely. It's not like you are imposing on them, but then you are there to guide them. They see that you love them. It's been fun. It's been fun. I've been enjoying it myself.
So how do
not only in the studio, even out.
Okay.
Out of the studio, you walk about, Auntie Vic, and all that. It's been great so far.
So take us through the process in which you prepare before going on camera.
Okay. Well, when it comes to Bible lessons, they are prayerfully considered. They are prayerfully considered. I don't just come out with lessons. So once I'm given that opportunity by God, I pray over it. I do study. I need to read and then get a language that kids will understand.
Okay.
So I come to that level with them, and then also we are on the move. Usually we are out and about.
Okay.
We are not stationed at one place. Today you are in this region, tomorrow you are here, tomorrow you are there. So I don't just come about my lessons. It is inspired by the Holy Spirit.
So you are a career woman.
Yeah.
How do you combine all these things? Being a family woman, being a career woman, and at the same time being on screen, teaching
it
our
hasn't been
kids.
easy. It hasn't been easy.
Give us your secret.
The Spirit is Jesus, the friend of children. You know, the fact that you have made up your mind to do God's work, at every point in time, He grants you the strength, the edge to move on. That is it. The secret has been the mercies of God. Because as a career woman with kids, taking up church role, and it's not only the children's ministry. Yes, in my area, I'm part of the Schools Outreach Ministry executive members. At the women's ministry, I'm playing a role, but it's just the mercies of God. Yeah, then I'm able to plan well. I'm able to plan well. Usually, recordings are done on weekends. We don't do weekday activities. We focus on our career as well because it's also quite necessary.
Okay.
So the message of God is seeing me through. That is it.
I think I must commend Vic so much.
Okay.
I must commend, in fact, and the team that is actually working around our various productions.
Okay.
I think it calls for a great level of sacrifice to do
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
But sometimes some of the productions are done outside Accra. Sometimes they have to leave their families over there.
Risk it and go.
Risk it and go. And I think they are really done very well. And I believe that things will get better.
Oh, it's
and I believe that as the things get better, the sacrifices will also
be more. Okay, but before that, I'm sure sometimes you encounter some challenges when you are going on sets. What are some of the challenges you encounter?
Let me cite a typical example when we went to Winneba.
Okay.
We were supposed to record on a Saturday, but then because of the children's service, we had to move Yesu Chrome to Sunday, and I was so sick. I was so weak. I couldn't do anything. And at a point in time, the media officer was so scared. He was like, Auntie Vic, can you do it? I said, I will do it. So when we went to the church auditorium for the children's service recording, I couldn't see anything. I was just flat, just like that. But then we thank God, come the following day, my energy was renewed. Yes, so as the Bible says, those who trust in the Lord will mount up with wings like eagles. They will run and not be weary. So sometimes it's quite difficult. And the road, sometimes you see that the road is not that smooth, it's bumpy, but you have to go through it. You have to go through it. And then on set, sometimes you realize that the kids, they have no idea of what you are going to do. But you need to bring them to that level. Let them understand what the Lord has for them. We even learn new songs on the set before we roll. And it's been great. With the media team, I think the media team is also doing so well for us.
One funny thing that happened just last Saturday? No, Friday, Sunday. I decided to join them on their production at Atomic.
Atomic, okay.
The children that had been gathered there while the program was going on, can you believe that two of them slept on set? One of them slept. Then she has to be moved for the whole arrangement to be done again. Then as they went on, another child also slept on set. Now, so I was asking them, so is this what you guys go through?
Oh,
when you are doing
at the point of recording, a kid would just rather tap you, auntie, I want to go to daddy. Oh. I mean, it's fun. So. It's interesting though. Thank God for everything.
Okay. Right about now, we'll be going on a short commercial break, and when we return, the producer will also join us on set. Welcome back. It's still Assembly Morning Show, and we are still discussing Kids Hub, the new phase of Yesukrum. We now have the producer, the vision bearer of the Kids Hub here in the studio, Sylvia Ohene Ando. You're welcome.
Thank you very much, Sandra. Yes, thank you very much again, once again.
So, let me ask you, what inspired you to design Kids Hub?
Well, I don't normally want to say that it's my whole idea and all that I have, because it's a team something. And before Kids Hub, there was Yesukrum.
Yeah.
You know, after producing Yesukrum for a long time, I kept asking myself that what can we do differently from the normal, you know, teaching the kids the Bible stories. We do our choreography, we do Bible quotations and all that. Shouldn't we have, you know, something that every kid can, you know, relate to, every kid can get on board? Because at the end of the day, parents are looking for a one-stop shop where their children can always go to and then get everything that has to do with kids. And today, with the advent of social media, even some of the media houses, the kind of things, the content that they show out there, you get worried when your kids are watching. But is there a way I can get a program where I know that my child is safe? Because every need of the child is catered for. And that was the reason why Kids Hub came into being. So there were, you know, a lot of consultations. Director is here. You know, we spoke a lot. And the good thing is that he had also been dreaming about something, you know.
Then this is the Lord's doing.
So, yes, exactly. It tells you that this is coming from above. And so
straight away.
That's how, yes, Kids Hub really came about. Yeah.
Okay. So looking at the various segments, I mean, it's packed.
Yeah, very
packed. How do you plan and how do you do it?
All right, so we have talented kids that we have on the show. So there are children who are really, really talented. I think that I heard director talk about Della.
Yes.
And we all know Della. Apart from Della, we have Rich Love, a very talented young lady. You know, if you look at the promo, you see her. She's the second person who speaks, and she's very good, a very good communicator. And so we felt like, yes, Rich Love also is very good for that. We have Princess also, who is in charge of the out and about, a very vocal lady. DD. She
And
was
you know,
also
yeah,
part of the Preacher Kids competition.
Oh, okay.
I think she came second last
yes.
year.
We are using.
So we are using them.
Exactly,
Yes.
exactly. And so it's not just about us using the talents that others have trained, but the talents that the Church of Pentecost has also trained. And that is where Princess comes in. And then we have Mami Equia also, who is for doing the DIY session. And so she is going to give us things that as kids, we can try on our own. Because kids are creative. Sometimes we underestimate what these children have.
Very
And
true.
so we have the DIY segments where she'll be teaching children new things. Also, we will have children who are talented onto the show. And so if a child is talented with a certain gift, we want the child to come and display it, let everyone know so they can also learn from it. And then we have the big brain segment, which director has already talked about. The big brains also, we have another very talented person, the person of Clara, who will also be doing a lot of boss pop. And so before we go for the Bible studies, which will be hosted by Auntie Vic, she will want to ask children about the topic. And so if it's a topic on forgiveness, as a child, what do you understand by forgiveness? And so based on what the children will bring out, and then the lesson will come. And so if you're on the right course, you know you're on the right course.
Exactly.
If not, that is where you pick up the lessons and all that. And then we also have the what do we call it? The action song segment. And so for most of our songs, you realize that they are all songs that we don't really teach the children.
But when they play it, you just groove to it like
exactly. I saw that when you were in Sunday school, there
Yes.
are songs that you used to sing.
Yes.
These days you don't really hear them again. The other time I think at my place we wanted to sing The Countdown is Getting Lower every day, and people were here and there all over. They didn't
I've
really
forgotten the lyrics.
Exactly. So we want to bring all those songs back so that we can teach the children, and so we'll have that segment also.
this one, they're back to Sunday school.
Exactly, back to Sunday school. And so that is so, like you said, it's a really packed show, and we are doing all of this in an hour. And you know that when it comes to TV, when we say 1 hour, it's not exactly 1 hour.
Yes.
And so we are doing all of this within that space.
Okay.
But we are convinced that the children are prepared for it. Every time they come for a rehearsal, you see the zeal and everything within them that they are ready to do what they are doing. Every time you call them, they are always available and all that. And so everything is set for everything to begin. So that's it.
As the producer, how do you ensure that the children are confident enough to come on screen?
Sandra, you know you are here. You know how
challenging is it?
when you have to prepare presenters. And I remember Auntie Vic also very well when we were training her for and it's not always easy when it comes to training people to be on set. And I remember the first day when we came here, I think that Mavis was here. When I will intentionally write an intro for them, and then I'll give it to them. I give them a few minutes. Okay, get into it, and then we'll come and do it. So I give them a few minutes, just something short. When they come, that's when we started picking the segment, because we got to know where the strength is. Exactly, where everybody's strength is. And then after that, we have to be training them over and over again. We need to let them know that at the end of the day, it is your image that you are projecting out there. Your friends are watching you, your parents are watching you, your Sunday school teacher is watching you. So how do you want them to see you? And then we tell them that the camera is your friend. So just talk to the camera like you are talking to your friend, you are talking to mommy, you are talking to daddy, any other person, and all that. And then we work on a lot of things when it comes to even their tonation, a lot. Yeah. How they have to, behave, the
post them to the sound man too.
Exactly. Sometimes you have to post them to the sound man. And Sandra, at a point, you are also part of the process, so you can really understand. Sometimes you have to go to sound and then work on their voices and all that. So it hasn't really been an easy journey. And then when it comes to the promo shoot and all that,
take us through it. How was the give us your experience.
The promo that you needed to shoot over and
over. You get it. So you have given everybody the script, and like I said, they had already come for rehearsals and all that. And so let me say that now I feel that the children are up there. Their confidence level is up there. And when you look at the promo, it's evidence and all that. And so when it came to the promo shoots, like director said, it wasn't just shot once. We'll go back and forth like that. And so everybody has their scripts. Everybody knows what they are saying. We have rehearsed and all that. But you know that when you get there, reading the script is different.
It's different from.
So then I need to give a thumbs up to Kingsford also.
Right,
Kingsford
yes.
did a good job,
Yes.
as well as Jeffrey also. That's Joe Fukobi. They were our cameramen. And you know, when
Yes,
you go
super
there,
close.
yes,
man.
yeah, director. when we get to location, and then all of a sudden somebody is out of character, so you now have to prep
the
the
person.
sit down, you know, go over and over and over. And you know, Kingsford was also patient with them. Sandra was also there for the promotion.
Oh, okay.
And I'm surprised she didn't ask me because no, she was part of it. She's been part of the process. And I remember, you know, when we got to Graceland, some of the kids, you know, around there, the way they were, so Sandra will have to engage them so that they have time for the children who were going to shoot the promo and all that. And at a point, I felt like the children were tired, but we needed the best. And so they'll go up and down, they'll shoot, we'll say, no, we'll take a second shoot. I think that for some of them, we went beyond 10.
Yes,
We went beyond 10. Yes, and then we came back, we realized that a director, you know, also brought his observations and all that. And then, I don't know, director, if you want to talk about the observations.
Yes, please talk about the observations.
You see, like when they brought the first one, I realized that some of the children weren't prescribed.
Can you talk about that
Yeah,
now?
yeah.
It's unfortunate I have to change from the original one that we have. You know, the children ministry T-shirt is quite customized to suit us. It has a color at the neck, then also the main body, which has our design, the fruit of the spirit design in front there. Then there are stripes at the edges and down here too. And so I realized that some of the children were not wearing the prescribed. They were wearing some, I don't know where they went.
So those ones were unprescribed.
Unprescribed ones. So I just called Sylvia's attention and say, I know how it feels for you to have done a project and you have to be called back and then go and do it again. The time, the resources, and other things that have actually gone.
You mean 10 doors? There
are some. There are some. But all in all, I thank God for the team that worked on it. They know that they are working with us as children.
Yes, yeah.
For some of these SSs, it is expected because our attention span is not that long. But if you're able to hit us hard, we're able to bring the best out of it. I think when you show the promo, I'm dying for you to show it on the screen. Like,
as for the promo, please production help us with the promo.
It is just a wonderful piece of food.
Yes, I watched it. I really loved it, and their confidence was just.
Yes, let me take this opportunity to thank playwrights because they allowed us to also use their facilities. So first of all, we want to thank PIWC Graceland for allowing us access into their facilities. That's the Alexander Resource.
You should see their library.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Very nice.
State of the art.
I tell you, they allowed us entry. They said, "Oh, come and shoot whatever you want to shoot." And then we went to the junction. We went to Playwrights. Playwrights was also ready to give their facility to us, and we shot it free of charge. They took nothing from us, and so this morning we want to thank Playwrights and then PIWC Graceland for allowing us access into their facility.
Okay. So, Director, let me move to your long-term plan for Kids Hub.
So, just as I said, soon, maybe most of the adults on the show will be weaned off. And they will be at the backstage guiding the children through. Okay. So that is one of the good things. But thank God too that the children that they are grooming, apart from the ones that you see their faces who are going to handle the program, you know, within the church now, at the age of 13, you have passed our constituency. So you have to
training again.
So we have that kind of succession plan that if they have actually outgrown us, who takes over? Okay. So that it wouldn't be like older children or older like teens. Now the teens even have their own program under the youth ministry also. Yes. So that succession plan is also there to keep the program running. And for us, it is part of the vision that we are pushing. So whatever resources, being finances and other things that we need to push to get the best content, which can actually stand the test of time, you are assured of that we are going to offer those resources as much as our strength can handle it.
So, Director, I cannot let you go without telling us some of the initiatives that are up and coming from the Children's Ministry.
So now that I am on the media space now, apart from the Kids Hub, we also have other programs coming up, like the Bible Journeys, which was there. It was cut along the line. We want to bring it up once again. We are working with a team, like even the Pent Media and then other teams who are developing case animations for us. Currently, we are building a children's app, which will be an all-encompassing for children. You have your cartoons and all other
games and all that.
Games, Bible lessons, and everything that we think that we do within the ministry will be there. We are setting up one of the rooms in our resource center at the Pentecost Convention Center.
PCC.
As a digital hub where digital content will be produced, and maybe some of the streaming of programs and virtual trainings and other things will also happen there. So many things are coming up, and we're also going to have case in worship. So just as you have the adults, the worship time that you have here, you will give us air time to also do
it will
those
be lovely
in worship as well. So many things for the media space. That is what I can tell you for now. But the rest of the activities as we go along, we'll be rolling them out gradually.
So Sylvia, your final words.
Yes, so for my final words, I want to thank the team. Yes, I think the director has mentioned a lot of the team members, but I want to come to Pent Media Center also and appreciate the team here. And I want to appreciate Emmanuel Nim Ado.
Sorry to cut you. Let's just play the promo. Just see this. I mean, you'll be amazed.
Get ready for a whole new level of fun, excitement, and learning, all centered around Jesus.
Oh yes, we have a variety of engaging activities just for you, from epic Bible stories to thrilling out and about episodes, not forgetting the brain-teasing Big Brains.
Unlock your creativity with easy DIY projects and lovely action songs.
It's out and about with me, Princess.
Hi, I'm Equia, and welcome to the DIY segment.
Welcome to the Big Brain segment. There is something for everyone. Join us this and every Saturday at 8 a.m. only on Pent TV.
For a fun-filled, Jesus-centered journey.
Kids have a fun time with Jesus.
Okay, so that was the promo for Kids Hub, proudly produced by Sylvia Ohene-Ando and the executive producer, Pastor Samuel Avonyo. Okay, so your final words,
yes,
sorry.
My final words. And so I want to thank the team here at Pent Media Center. Director is talking about the fact that the promo is nice, and I want to talk about all the people who were involved in it. I've spoken about Kingsford, Geoffrey Kobe. There's also Albert, who is in charge of graphics. There's Jeffrey Tutuani. There's Augustine Ameya, who is head of production. You cannot go out without head of production here. And then there's content also, JB Dankwa, traffic and all that. And then we have Emmanuel Nim. Emmanuel Nim has been dedicated.
If you didn't mention this name.
Yes, so
very good.
Yes, very, very, very good. And so I want to really appreciate. There's also Ernest Osei, who is almost all the time with us. I have our switcher for today. That is Omar Machase. He used to be the first editor before Eduse.
So committed.
Very, very committed. And then there's Eduse. There's Daniel Nyama also, who is also making sure that every sound that is created on it is really good. So when you heard the voice over, Danny had to take the lady through a lot of, rehearsals and all that. And so to the whole Pent Media Center, everybody who has supported for all of these things to become what we are seeing today, we thank them very much. Like I said, I don't want to mention the media team because the director has already done that, so I will deal with Pent Media Center. And we are encouraging parents that, let your children watch Pent TV. And on Saturday, now that there's Kids Hub, let them also watch it, because it's like we said, it's a pack show. It's a kids' world. It's a place that children can relate to. They know themselves. They are interacting with themselves. They see themselves hosting the program. They see themselves talk about things that concern them, and so they are able to relate more. So we are advising parents. We are encouraging them. We are pleading with them that they should be a part of it. Also, we are asking for sponsorship. And so if you want to sponsor the program, please make sure that you are sponsoring, because when it comes to things that have to do with kids, and there's a God factor,
a lot of blessings,
that it's going to sell, and there are lots of blessings. So please make sure that you are sponsoring the program. Yeah, that would be.
Take the last bite.
All right, so we want to thank Pen TV for hosting us today and for also partnering us to bring forth most of the things that we are doing. I think now we have a presence also on Pen TV.
Yeah.
And more will come, just as I said. So I want to thank the director, Dr. Kluche, for always being with us and then guiding us through things. This vision wouldn't have actually come true without the support of the chairman, the general secretary, the IMD, and then the executive council. Proposal needed to be written, and they accepted it, and that is why we see some of these things happening. And I love how supportive they have been to the ministry. Now, recently, you see the chairman going around, attending Sunday school and teaching them, and the general secretary and all other ministers are also doing very, very well. So, we want to show a high sense of appreciation to them too. And also, let me use this opportunity to thank my predecessors, Prof. Otueles, Apostle Tiako, and all those that have actually helped in the ministry over the years. Sandra, let me say this. There are some upcoming programs. I know our time is getting spent, but just the next weekend, that is from the 21st and 22nd, you know, we have one of our flagship programs called the Jethro Initiative.
Yes,
which is making waves all over. Every year we have decided to give a weekend where we are going to have a JI weekend. And it is coming up from 21st and 22nd. That will be next week. Here across the country. And so we want to encourage the teachers to actually start preparing their children. And then we want to also encourage all adults to also get involved. And one flagship program, which is the Foundation Builders Conference.
Oh my God, I can't wait for that.
You see, this year, just as you have put a production team at PCC, interviewing all of you will have to come there. Yeah, it is in its 4th year. And this year we are doing it from July 30th to 2nd August.
Sylvia has been ringing the bell all the time.
So you see, this woman, she's good though.
She's passionate about it.
And so it is coming up, and I think it is going to be big. This year we are trying to open it up to the international community. So you may have teachers from all other, like on the missions field, joining us virtually. And some of them have even promised coming like in person. Yeah, so it is going to be big, and we are trusting God that God is going to use that one to prepare us as teachers, as we prepare children for now and the future.
Thank you so much. So thank you so much, Sylvia Ohene-Addo. Thank you so much, Pastor Samuel Avonyo. And thank you so much, Victoria, for coming on the Assembly Morning Show and helping us understand what Kids Hub is all about. See you tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday. Don't forget that Sunday too is Father's Day. Charlie, do something.
Yeah, so you have forgotten.
Do something. Do something for your father. Do something for your father. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Sandra Sechibiya Champon. See you tomorrow.